Morning all. Monday, 26th, 27th. Today's the 28th. Holy smokes, 27th, 28th. Welcome on my morning walk. As I mentioned last week, I'm going to be taking most of this week off. Going to spend some time with my daughter and my grandson and my wife. Today we're going to the beach. I know it doesn't look like a beach day, but we're going a little bit. But I will be doing some things, which just really can't wait. So first thing, I did sign the contract for the next 4 buildings for POA. It's Project 1023 Fairweather. The contract includes them purchasing all of the service drop materials, so we don't have to pay anything for that for another 30 days, which will get us up to past the funding, and also they've given us 60 days for the labor, so that's also a help. I also signed the contract for the warehouse in Boston. Well, it's outside of Boston. So we can start moving our when we order materials, we can have them delivered out there. Also, I finished all of the job recs for deployment, so they're in the folder on the share drive. So I'll let Mike know so he can post them all. And I've been kind of working my network to see if we can't find the best people that already have a kind of proven track record. So that's the good news. The not so good news is that Mindy, at least for now, for very good reasons, has asked that we pull the plug on Quincy. I know there were some issues that she was going through. Unfortunately, that's about 850 units that are designed, approved, and out for bid. We were planning on starting in the next 6 weeks or so. So that I don't think that'll have an impact on our October number, which is 500, but it will definitely have an impact on our 2025 number. We had decided, to kind of focus on and try and complete the portfolio for partners, Quincy seemed pretty positive in the beginning, and now that's not what it looks like. And just for everybody's kind of knowledge, right? This is the kind of thing that that happens. Sometimes it's the fiber providers, sometimes it's the partners, sometimes it's the municipalities, sometimes it's the contractors, sometimes it's us, right? But these type of projects, they do have a fair amount of fluctuation, right, in all of the characteristics that come up with a workable schedule. So it's a shame it happened this early, in the project, but this is why it is so very important, if we are going to meet our numbers, that we have sufficient backlog, right? The challenge with this is, it takes, a couple of months to get something up and going and finished, and we've pulled almost half the schedule out, 850 out of 2000 something. So that's, I'm not going to say non-recoverable, but I don't know how we're going to make it up at the moment. So anyway, just kind of what happens. Maybe this will resolve itself, right? Maybe not. Okay. So the other thing is, one, as far as the logistics, we have resolved all of the bombs down to match the typical drawings. We've removed all cabling and doodads. Right, from now on, those will be a part of what the vendors are pricing. In the last contract I signed, which did include cabling and doodads, I do think, without knowing, exactly, I do think that they probably are getting it cheaper than we would have gotten it, which certainly makes sense, based on their volumes versus our volumes with True Cable, which didn't give us much. So that greatly simplifies our bombs, really down to the devices, right? The things that we need to either configure or specify or are proprietary. So that should make things a lot simpler. As far as the project management stuff goes, we're doing okay. I think we are a little behind. I would have liked to have seen us, with kind of a matching schedule, kind of across from mine. I think we're pretty close. As I mentioned last week, the framework that the consultant is suggesting is different than the one that I used. I've been convinced that it's better, and I do believe it's better, but it may take a little bit longer to get in place. Hopefully this week. Hopefully. Okay, other than that, had a good meeting with Related, a good first meeting, design meeting last Friday. As a lot of times happen at the first meeting, they realize they don't have the right people. So we're going to follow up this week. We're trying to get Green and Chelsea done. That is their first. That's the one they want to do first, and they want to use that to kind of judge, what's going on next. I want to make sure that they understand that they can, trust our designs, because that'll help with the credibility. Will help with the approval process as we go further. So, okay. So I won't be on any of our one-on-ones or any of the team meetings this week, but you can still reach out to me with any questions that you want. Texting is probably the best way to get me, because my phone doesn't always ring when it comes from overseas. So not sure why that is, but text me and I'll get back to you. If it's something that can wait a day or two, send an email. Yeah. So that's all. Have a good week. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.